Hello, welcome to our newsletter for January. Feels like we haven't done one of these in quite a while actually.
No, we were just saying January, 5 Mondays,
Yeah.
It's a long month.
Yeah, thank God it's over. So to start off then, you've all seen the new designs for 2018 released by the Royal Mint on the 1st of January. That's one of the things we always look forward to every year now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Knowing that, well, at the moment they are issued on the 1st of January. We love seeing the designs, we love seeing what you all think about them. At the moment, I think the RAF £2 is a favourite.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the representation of the People Act has been really, really popular. So I think it's good to mention that the representation of the People Act 50p is actually available to order now. And the other 4 will be released later on in the year, different months.
So one story that has really been making the headlines so far this year is that the 2018 Sir Isaac Newton 50p. Now, what's really interesting about this is it's you can only get your hands on one if you travel to the Royal Mint experience and strike one yourself, or you're probably looking at paying. Some are selling for over £60 at the moment on eBay sites, and we just thought it was quite interesting because obviously the 2017 Sir Isaac Newton is pretty rare in itself with a mintage of just 1.8 million. But the 2018 Newton 50p could be really interesting. I mean, apparently you can only strike it up until the end of February at the Royal Mint experience.
Yeah, I think what also is quite interesting as well is those Sir Isaac Newton 50p's were issued, it was about September time, wasn't it? September 2017. And as we know, 1.8 million of them were struck and issued for circulation. We haven't found any.
No,
we don't know
not
many
at all.
people that have actually found any. So in that in itself, they're one of the scarcest 50p's
absolutely.
by far.
Yeah.
We haven't seen many of them on the swap centre yet. We don't have much data on that yet.
No.
So then for the Royal Mint to use that coin, I mean, it's a really good coin to use. Everyone does want it. It's a really popular coin.
Yeah, I think the design's I love the design.
Yeah, but to choose that coin to be able to strike at the Royal Mint experience, I mean, it's brilliant actually that they can choose to issue whichever coins they want, and to have a completely different date is just never ever been done before.
No, I mean, up until now it was the 12-sided £1 coin which we actually struck when we visited, which is obviously a definitive coin, and it's an interesting move to strike a commemorative, and especially of a different year, to the coin available in circulation, which is just going to make it. So we've heard some rumours of there may only be 10,000 of these.
I mean, I guess it all depends on how many visitors they actually get. But yeah, they're going to have to. I don't know how they're going to do it. Usually, when they release coins into circulation, they have a certain amount. They know how many they've struck. Whereas this way, I guess they'd have to keep tabs on how many people are buying.
Yes.
The coins to strike them.
and so for some people at the moment, it's £13 to do a tour with the Royal Mint and an extra £5 to strike your Newton. And some people are doing some quite good business. You're spending £18 and then selling your coin for 60. Whether that's what change checking is really about is, could be argued not. But it's a really interesting story. It's made national news, and it's lots of the coin groups on social media are talking about it. So please let us know if you've been to the Mint, if you've done the experience, if you struck your coin. Maybe let us know if you've been more than once, which you're having a lot of stories about, or even if you've travelled a few hours to get there.
So a couple of weeks ago we released our updated scarcity index. So this sort of is data from the Change Checker Swap Centre, what coins are being swapped, and basically finding out the scarcest coins based on their mintage figure and also how many are being swapped and people have in their collections. So not much change at the moment, but it's probably because we haven't really seen many 2017 dated coins in circulation. So as we know, we're still waiting for Jeremy Fisher, Jane Austen and the Aviation £2 coin. We're coming up to February now, 2018, and they're still not here.
No, I mean, you would like to think it'll be seen.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it'll be seen.
Yeah, I mean, and as soon as those coins are released, we're obviously going to see more movement in, people getting hold of them, people swapping the coins. The Royal Mint did release their mintage figures, didn't they, for 2017
Yeah,
coins?
they
So we
released
know
them
how
on
many.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah, so we know
Christmas
how
Eve
many. Well, they didn't show the Jane Austen or the.
No, not for Jane Austen.
Jane Austen or Aviation.
No,
did they
but
show Jeremy Fisher?
yeah, they did announce
They did.
Jeremy Fisher
So-
mintage figure.
So we know how many Jeremy Fisher 50p's are going
Yeah.
to be, but we haven't seen any.
Yeah, and that's why the coin isn't in the scarcity index, because it's the scarcity index looks at circulation, base metal circulation coins, yeah. So we know the mintage figure, but it's not included. I can't, everyone is excited about these 2017 coins and wants to add them to their collection. We know that a tiny amount were released at RAF Air Show. Some of the Jane Austen coins at Winchester Cathedral with a £10 note launch, but we're still waiting.
Yeah.
We're still waiting.
So the next quarterly scarcity index will be released about April time.
Yeah.
And by then we do expect there to be a lot more movement. So we should by then have, maybe a new scarcest coin, and yeah, we should be able to have more news for you then.
So one question we get asked multiple times on a daily basis is, how much is my coin worth? Now, it's a really valid question, because obviously we know that some coins do sell for many times their face value. It might sound like a bit of a cop-out, but to be honest with you, your coin is really only worth what somebody is willing to pay, what a collector is willing to pay for it. However, one thing we have done is we have launched the Change Checker eBay tracker, which essentially looks at 10 of the most sought after circulation coins and banknotes. And what we're trying to do is determine a realistic price that you can expect to pay or receive if you have one of these coins or notes. And importantly, we've worked it out, so every 6 months we look at the median selling price that these coins have sold for on eBay. And by looking at the median, it alleviates any sort of abnormal purchases or unusually high or low, and we'd like to think it gets a really nice accurate indication of what the value of these coins and notes are worth.
Yeah, so at the moment we've got 10 of the scarcest coins, so that includes the £5 and £10 polymer banknotes. It's got the inverted effigy £2 coin, which you might remember for a year or so ago, for the 2015 Britannia £2 coin. It's got the scarcest coins, so that's sort of like the Northern Ireland £2 coin, the Kew Gardens, that sort of thing. So we've chosen 10 coins at the moment. Obviously, we expect that interest will change, and there might be a new coin by the next time. In 6 months' time, there'll be a new coin that, is the most popular coin or scarcest coin. So those 10 coins might change. We might add a few more on. Just depends, really, doesn't it, on what's going on in the world of change checking and.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that we're trying to alleviate is that there's a lot of misinformation that gets published in the press, really. People can go on eBay and list a coin for £800, £2,000, for essentially a base metal circulation coin that is pretty much worth face value. But it makes it in the paper because it makes an interesting story, but it's not accurate.
Yeah. A good example of that is the Benjamin Britten 50p, the 2013 Benjamin Britten 50p. And we even did a blog about this a couple of years ago. What is so interesting about why is it so? I mean, if you search it into Google, you'll get so many different news articles coming up about how it's worth £5,000
and it's one of the most searched coins on our blog. And
we don't know where that came from, really, but we do know that it had a mintage of, I don't know off the top of my head, but it had a high mintage. It's not one of the rarest 50p's.
No.
I mean, it's a lovely coin, we like it.
Yeah. But it's not worth that much money. So hopefully what our eBay tracker will do going forward is give you a nice, accurate value for the coin, and alleviate some of the misinformation.
Yes. Because we don't want anyone paying over the odds for coins. We do want you to have a realistic price of what you can expect to pay or what you can expect to receive for a certain coin that you have in your collection. Because we do get asked that question a lot. So hopefully the eBay tracker will be able to point people in the right direction if they're trying to find out the value of their coin. So on the 29th of January, which was only actually 2 days ago, the Royal Mint released the new 4 generations of royalty £5 coin. So this coin portrays, well, basically it's been issued to celebrate 4 generations of royalty at one time.
Yeah.
And the last time this was done was under the reign of Queen Victoria. So Prince George was obviously born 5 years ago, nearly.
Yeah.
And it's strange to think why they didn't do that coin then.
The Canadians beat us to it, to be honest.
And the Canadian coin actually features the portrait that was around the christening portrait.
Yeah, I think Jason Bell was a photographer. Apologise if I'm wrong, but yeah, and he took that now iconic photograph on George's christening day, and that's the image that the Royal Canadian Mint decided to use on their coins.
So we've had to wait a bit longer, but we now do finally have our own coin celebrating this massive, well, a momentous, historic sort of event. Because we don't really expect this to happen again, not in our lifetimes anyway. No,
certainly not. I mean, and I think design-wise, I love it. I love it. I mean, to be honest, when it's sort of 2D on paper initially, I thought it was okay, but actually seeing it in the flesh now, it looks, it's great. I think it's really nice. It's really nice. And do you think it's going to be a popular one?
I think so, because it's like a UK first for UK coinage. It's the first time that 4 generations of royalty have been celebrated on a coin, on official UK coinage. Let's make that clear. So yeah, and I think it's such a lovely coin, and I love all the royalty sort of aspects on it.
Yeah, I would agree. So here's hoping that you will like it too. And that is about it for us. As I say here, we'll next see you at the end of February, where hopefully the weather is a little bit warmer, there's some signs of spring coming in, everyone's a little happier.
And it's a shorter month.
And it's a much shorter month, so it'll be a bit easier on the wallets. So have a great month, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks for joining us.